The US retaliation for the Taliban's election day attacks was swift, but according to locals in Ghazni province, a bomb from an American drone attack killed 6 men and injured 2 others.
They were all civilians. 5 of them were killed on the spot, and the 6th one was brought to hospital where he died. 1 is my son, and the other one is my brother amongst them.
On Sunday, angry locals protested by carrying the bodies of the men to the governor's house in the provincial capital. They say the victims were not Taliban fighters.
These 5 civilians were killed intentionally in the drone strike. The coordinates were provided by an Afghan security officer. The people want the government to answer.
Afghan security forces fired in the air to try and halt the procession, and several people were wounded by the gunfire. An increasing number of civilians have been killed in airstrikes. Ghazni is controlled by the Taliban, which prevented voting in Saturday's presidential election. A large security operation prevented any Taliban assaults in the capital, Kabul, during polling, but elsewhere the armed group carried out mortar and rocket attacks at voting stations around the country that killed several people, including 2 children. Early forecasts suggest that around 2 million of the 9 million registered voters actually voted. The Afghan government says this election was a big success, and in some respects it was. People still voted despite the Taliban threats, and the biometric technology and the voter verification measures made cheating more difficult, but not impossible, especially in the rural areas. The international community wants a smooth post-election process that is seen as essential to launch a new peace momentum.
Peace is very important. The election will hopefully provide the foundation, political foundation to move the peace process constructively. That's very important.
That depends on what the Taliban does next, but even though it carried out attacks Saturday, they were not as big as feared, and that could be taken as a positive sign.
Taliban are still in a position to resume talk, and they didn't want to launch heavy attacks to block all the roads toward the destination.
Democracy is important, but for many Afghans, peace is what they really want. It's the only way their lives can be substantially improved. Tony Birtley, Al Jazeera, Kabul.